Today I'm here on Siesta Key. I'm here in my bungalow that I don't get to keep for much longer because I'm about to have to move because the rent goes up to 12,000 per month. And this place that I'm at has been rented for the past 10 years to the same snowbird, the same person. So what I wanted to do is just go ahead and show you guys a property out here on Siesta Key. Siesta Key is in Sarasota County, Sarasota, Florida. It's the heart of Sarasota, if you ask me. And I am staying here on Siesta Key on Palm Island, and it is the heart of Siesta Key itself. So this property, that little bungalow, yes, that little bungalow, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, is going for 12,000 per month starting January 1. Meanwhile, he rents it out to people who can afford it, like me, during the when it's not in season. But in season, it goes straight up to 12 grand. Okay, and then he also owns that one. Same thing. The same people keep coming back and back. And so here's across the street. Okay, and I'm showing you guys this because I'm moving. I have to move. So because I can't afford 12,000, not to mention someone has dibs on the house. I couldn't even rent any of these if I wanted. So he has several of these little bungalows, and they're not really that, they're like livable. But the whole value of this place is the beach is you can just walk. Every single day I've been walking to the beach. If you guys have seen me online, if you haven't, go look at my content. Value of this place is the beach is you can just walk. Every single day I've been walking to the beach. If you guys have seen me online, if you haven't, go look at my content. But anyway, so I'm just kind of going to show you this house walk. Every single day I've been walking to the beach. If you guys have seen me online, if you haven't, go look at my content. But anyway, so I'm just kind of going to show you this house here for 10 years. And people, they rent like a year in advance because this is where the snowbirds come. They get out of the winter and they rent like a year in advance because this is where the snowbirds come. They get out of the winter and they cold. Oh crap. Can you hear me? I lost my other. Did it get in my hair? If you can hear me, give me a heart. Can you hear me? Okay. So I'm just going to act like you can hear me because surely you can, right? Okay. So there is the house. Here's a little cottage that is available. Yes, it has its issues. Okay, it definitely has issues. So what happened was is they had a hurricane. It was a hurricane that hit Sarasota. Freaked everybody out because it was the first hurricane of its kind that was so devastating in 100 years. So you have all these little 50s houses that got hurricane damage. So that's why most people, if you build a new house, notice, do you see those stairs? So if you're going to come build, they now build up. Okay, they don't build flat. But my particular landlord, can you hear me? Because I lost one of my. If you can hear me, click a heart, please. Okay, but look. Okay, do you see how that house has stairs? So if you're going to buy one of these lots and you're going to build a new house, you have to build a code, and you cannot build it flat. So all these houses, these people can like stay there during any hurricane because the water will not get that high, the storm surge. So most of the houses that are rebuilt are high up. But there's this little property, okay? And they want a pretty penny. I mean, it's a nice lot. Just the lot alone, it's basically for sale for lot value. And if you were to get this lot, you would have to purchase, you'd have to build to code. I'm just kind of telling y'all the lay of the land here in Siesta Key. You'd have to build to code. You'd have to build something high up. You definitely have to have a roof that's going to stay on. You're not going to be able to put you know, a shingle roof on anywhere on a brand new home here. But if you'll notice, this little bungalow is here. And then you've got the FEMA 50% rule. So what FEMA does is they say, okay, and you have to appraise the value of the property itself, not including the land. And you can spend 50% of that value to fix the property up. Okay. So, and you have to get permits, and they're very strict in Florida. And that's a good thing for homeowners. That's a good thing if you're going to buy property. They're not messing around. They're not going to have that again. They were not happy about the last hurricane. If you can hear me, please click the thing because I only have one earpiece in. Anyway, here's the property itself, and it did have some mold damage. I know all about it. It's $675 on the market. I think I can get them to go down, okay? But it definitely needs some TLC. Remember the bungalow I just showed you? It goes for $12,000 per month. So surely you could get, if you fix this up kind of cute, those floors aren't that bad. They're like a laminate. Look at my toe. But I wouldn't want to breathe too long in there. But you'd have to you'd have to work on it. But I can make this so amazing. Look how cute it is. Look at it. Just look at this cottage. This is like a dream. Like if I had millions of dollars, I would buy it right now. Or even if I didn't have a million, you'd need to have some money, okay? Because you'd have to pay for this lot. It's what, 675, which I think is a little high. I think they would take six, but that's still, but this is prime property. I can walk to Siesta Key right here. Do you know what Siesta Key is? Flippin' amazing. It's the number one beach, the number one ocean beach. It's Gulf front property. Number one ocean in the United States because of its powdery white sand that's granite. It's 100% granite. So anyway, here is the property that I love so much. I would love to sell it. I just think it's sitting here waiting. And as soon as the market picks up, people are going to grab these and they're going to get it. And it won't be me. And I'll be so mad. No, it might be me. Y'all buy it. Okay, someone's going to grab this. And I've been living next door. How I got here is kind of another story in and of itself. But anyway, you have a little water feature back there, and that is salt water. And then, do you see that house right there? They built that. It's a huge mansion. I'll show you in a second. They built that since I've been here. I've only been here since June. But anyway, this little cutie pie place, I don't know how much you would be able to spend, but they have these like the way you can work around it. If you do the 50% rule, you could purchase it. And then like, let's say they say it's worth 100,000 or 200,000. You go and get an appraisal. And let's say they say you can get 200,000. Okay. Then you can put I don't know if you can do that much here, but maybe. I've got another one where you can. Anyway, you can spend 200,000 for the first year. Then you have to re-up to get another permit to get more done. So they're doing that because they want to encourage people to build big ones, build high up, to build with the clay tile roofs. But you can maybe sneak, if you really wanted to, and fix that up, rent it out. You would really have to have a passion. I have a passion because I love this neighborhood and I know what it's about because I've lived here and it's like unbelievable, the neighborhood. I can't even tell you. Just walking this at night, you have to understand it's more than just the investment value, although it is the investment value. Like the little couple, they're going by in their golf carts. Everybody rides bikes at night. And then this house is for sale as well. Now this house is $750 for that whole, it's a double lot. So technically you can put two houses on there, but you'd have to get permission. But it did get hurricane damage and they want to move because they don't feel like staying on the island because all their kids grew up. But you've got a lot of really, really awesome, elegant properties. Anyway, so that's their property and it is for sale for $750. And as soon as the market gets back, it's going to sell fast. But right now, the market is down. And so people are waiting. And I'm like, y'all. Okay, so there's like a house that's properly built. Okay, do you see here's what they do to keep the water from getting into your electric. Okay, so they put the HVAC up high. All the electric has to go high. And then this house is built, I'm sure, concrete block with those incredible hardcore wires, holding it up wires. Just I don't know the words right now. Anyway, this has got a steel roof, and then it's just got this incredible balcony, and then they all do the paver stones. And this could be a vacation rental. I'm sure this has like 7 bedrooms. They probably either keep it as a family or check out this. Okay, look at this little cottage. Okay, dream. This is all I want. This is all I want. If I had that, my life would be complete. I would say thank you, and I would be happy, and I would stay there forever, and just walk to the beach every day. And I'd probably rarely leave. You'd have to force me to leave my home. It does get hot in the summer. I'm not gonna lie. I love to be honest. I'm an honest person. So anyway, oh my God, look at it. So these houses. So when I first got here, that was a blank canvas. There was nothing there. They've just built that in the past month, maybe 2 months. So if you can notice, that is some hardcore concrete block. Nobody's going to be making fun of Siesta Key. They're going to be like, hurricane, who cares? I'm just going to stay in my house. We have the lady down the street. She just stayed in her house the whole time last hurricane. Because look at those stairs. Do you think a hurricane is going to get up there? No, it won't. I mean, it could, but they have high standards. And even though it's a pain in the butt to have high standards, it keeps people from it keeps people from you know they're only going to have beautiful big homes here because they're basically wanting people or incentivizing people to build back high up. So you see this house, it's flat, so it is at risk if a hurricane comes. But we had one hurricane in 100 years that hit like the one last year, Milton, that freaked everybody out. Everybody flipped out, okay? And they left. And they didn't care. And so like this one, notice the stairs? Okay. So you can actually get a decent deal. And I've watched some things sell, but I don't think people realize what this is. So that's a flat one, okay? So when you have a flat house like that and it gets water in it, you must immediately, okay, it's the price to pay to live in paradise. You must immediately remediate the issue within 3 days. If you don't get in there, and what they do is they pull the sheetrock out. If you don't do that within 3 days, then you're at risk for having mold. So that's why, and usually there's so many people that need that. It's hard to get crews. But if you're savvy, you get the crews. And then you just fix your house right back up. And most of the people, own their homes around here for cash. This is not a place where you just come and get a loan unless you want to pay a lot of insurance. So what they do is they just self-insure. And that's what my landlord does. And he just looks at it as, instead of paying, high exorbitant insurance, he just pays the price if it gets damaged during a hurricane, which his house did, the place I'm staying. It got damaged and he got it back up immediately. He said within 2 weeks, all of my properties were all back up. So like there's a house that's just sitting there and it definitely probably is damaged, but it's got a roof, who knows what they're going to do with it. And then you're not allowed to have Airbnb like in this little area. And you can do a rental. You can do a monthly rental only. So what you could do, you can Airbnb it, but it would only be 1 month. So people can't, or if people want it for a week, they would have to pay like $4,000, and then you would only be able to do it one time that month. So the little houses are here, and those are high up. Okay. And some of them are still, damaged because these are people's second homes, or maybe they're in a trust, a family trust. But all I know is this is the most incredible place I have ever been in my life. Okay. Sarasota is the bomb.com. And so people that know, once you come here and you go to the ocean and you see the sunsets on the Gulf, it is absolutely healing. It heals your heart, it heals your mind, and it heals your soul. Okay? And there's all this construction. There's that beautiful home. So it's just so healing to go to the ocean and to be able to wake up and just walk, okay, is the most amazing feeling, okay, in the world. And we're going to do it right now. Okay, so here is a house. Now, this one probably got demolished in the hurricane, so they came back and built up. So as you can see, this one is built up, 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 and they have the requirements, like it has to be so many feet above the level. And look at that house. You know, that person, they're not going to get hurt in a hurricane. Now, what happens is the water will come up. It'll only hurt the garage. And what does it cost to sheetrock a garage? Not that much. So everybody builds up so that all their nice things are high. The reason you saw so much hurricane damage is because everybody's house was very flat because they hadn't had any hurricanes hit Sarasota, Siesta Key. Okay, that was crazy. Okay, I'm going to show you this house right here. So, see how quiet? We're right in about to, what is it today? Is today Halloween? No. Okay, so we're almost in November, and look how quiet. It's very quiet all the time. And then it really picks up in January when everybody else is cold. I'll still be walking around in this kind of weather. So that house was totally demolished in the hurricane because it wasn't built for hurricane like they have to be built now. So if you notice that house versus those. Now that house there, that lot alone is 2.5 million. That's what they're wanting for that lot. I don't know if they'll get it, but it's a really good location. Like less than a block from the beach. Okay, this little house, look at it with its little shingles. It has little shingles. You can't do that anymore. No way. Because there's just no way. So that house still needs a little love, but it's not for sale, sorry. There is one over here for sale. I'll show you. It's this house, but I don't know if I like the lot. But it's really nice because it has a water. You can get on your boat into the bay. Into the canal. And then go to, you may be able to fit something back there to go to the bay. And that's the next door neighbor. And then this, total tear down. I'm going to have to tear that down. But I can't remember how much this one is, but I'm going to show you the back. So yeah, this is just sitting here because it's a buyer's market. And people are afraid, but people after hurricanes, they forget. And then they come back. And so right now these are sitting here at prices that are great. And as soon as the interest rates go down and people start getting wind, these houses aren't going to be available. But they're available now, and I'm here selling them. Okay, I'm not even going to look in there. I know it's bad. Ah, there's like a little, oh my God. Look. Yeah, you can get a nice sized boat back there. So you could take that boat, you could take your boat to the intercoastals and then go to the ocean, okay, straight from your backyard. And that's the kind of lives that the people live in Siesta Key, which I never knew how good it is. So look at that this is a great lot. There's nothing wrong with this lot. But you have to be really ready to build a beautiful big home here. And you could either live here, it could be your second home, or you could rent it out and just let someone else, you know, build your equity or get a return on cash for cash and your cash for cash dollar. So everybody has a shower. You have to have an outdoor shower because there's so much sand. Okay. I did not expect to do all this. I'm just doing it because it's good to go live when you're a real estate agent. Okay. And then there is a little flat house. So sometimes they'll fix them up. And, there's a lot of flat houses around here. So you get to choose. You can either spend like 100K to fix up that little bungalow, or you can mow it down and build a dream home or a dream escape. And I will tell you, this is more than a person could ever ask for in a home. You go at night, these skies become purple and pastel. The sunset is so delicate. It's like this, I don't know how to explain it. It's incredible. It's not like your normal sunset. I know I've seen a million sunsets and, they're amazing. This is different. There's like something about Siesta Key, even over any of the other keys. I don't know, the way it's positioned, the sand, and all of that. And that's why people come back here year after year after year. And so that home is for sale. So I'm a real estate agent. My name is Jenna Ryan. My number is 877 Jenna Ryan. And I sell houses on the beach. I like to do investment properties, but I also sell homes, anything you want in Sarasota. And so we're walking that way. And so instead of walking around the block, I walk the beach. And you can go barefooted if you want, which is nice. So what is the price? What is the price to be able to just go outside, hear the birds, go watch this amazing sunset, and then everything else is here as well. So it's like this small town. It's like this small town, but it also has culture. And so it's right in the middle, like, what am I, maybe 50 minutes from Tampa, 40 minutes from St. Pete. And, okay, now this part of the street starts getting a little bit more busy because you have a village down the road that has all the restaurants, okay? So these right here, I would assume those are rentals. Like, you have, depending on what place, you can do like weekly rentals. But most places on Siesta Key, you cannot. So if you can find a place that allows Airbnb, that's always extra. Some people want that. Some people don't. So this house is always booked. They're always partying there. It's always fully booked. Okay. And then you have lots of, you know, people coming in and out here. And usually the music is not that loud, but I don't care. I kind of like a little music. Usually you hear kids playing and laughter, stuff like that. And then at the beach, you see all the kids and you see the adults and you see just everybody coming to the beach all the time. And then in the summertime, it rains. These magical thunderstorms. These huge, these huge thunderstorms come. Okay. Humongous thunderstorms. And they're so amazing. And it's like you're really hot. It's like a sauna. And then all of a sudden this beautiful thunderstorm comes and it waters all these plants. So back in Dallas, Those kind of plants like that, okay, we could never have a plant like that. Those were only in the nursery. Like, and I never could keep one alive in my house. But those are house plants. So here they have house plants as plants in the yard. And then look, even that weed is pretty. Even the weeds are pretty. And then they're required to stop. They're required to stop. So everybody has to stop, 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 and stop. And then here I'm at the beach. Did y'all see how far I just walked? I'm not even out of breath. And so that's the property that I am talking about. This kind of lifestyle is not available every day. And the reason that the prices are like $300,000 lower for some properties is because people freaked out after the hurricane. Okay? So look at all these plants. Like back when I was in Dallas, I bought these kind of plants to put in houses that I would stage because we had to buy them because you couldn't grow them. And Dallas is a wonderful place. I still sell there. But I don't know. I just think it's fun. So look at that. Now I'm walking on the pathway. Quiet, beautiful, tranquil, peaceful, amazing butterflies. And then one night I was walking down this path, and the frogs, they were like, ribbit, ribbit. I put it on a video somewhere. It's on my content. It's funny. You had to be there. It was awesome. And I was like, and people were like on my Facebook, they were like, watch out for alligators. I was like, oh my God. But what they say alligators can be at any body of water. So don't let your dogs run wild. Always keep them on a leash. But my landlord said that alligators don't prefer salt water. They like brackish water. So, but I don't care. I think you could still have some sort of alligator. That looks like they can come here if they want, but they don't really like this kind of environment. So anyway, then I automatically, when I walk to the beach, I hear the waves and I just feel different. Like to me, the beach is like cashmere, and the ocean and the sand sparkles like diamonds, and then the waves are like a blanket, and so there's a lot of sensory experience. Okay, here's where I'm walking. Look at my shoes. I'm really going all out for you guys. I hope you appreciate this. Oh my God, look at the waves today. That must be because of the hurricane over in Jamaica, because normally the waves are not like this. Sometimes I look at my camera and I go, I took that picture. That looks like something AI would make or something some photographer would take. And I'm like, I did it with my iPhone? What? Oh my God, the waves. Look at them. Okay, now this is getting a little ridiculous. So we toss the shoes. Now, this beach is not the Shishi beach. This is more like the beach, but it's not like Lido. Okay, Lido Key is the ritzy, fancy, wealthy people. This is a mix of everyone. Oh my God, I love it. So gorgeous. And there's any number of things you can do. Like I sit there in the morning. I'm like, what do I do? There's so much I could do. Like, what do I pick? Should I go to the ocean? Should I go to the bay? Should I try to go here? Should I try to go there? There's just everything to do. And the weather right now is so cool. So it's just this beautiful weather. The sand, they tested it, it's granite, so it doesn't get hot. And there's, women in bikinis and men wearing no shirts. And I'm not going to show you because that's rude. But, and then you can see all the way down there. That's towards Turtle Beach. And then all the way down there, which is towards Lido Key. And of course, there's condos for sale right here. Right here, you can get yourself a condo. See? Look how gorgeous. That is gorgeous. I've got to take a picture. I did it. Wait, it's not cute. It's hard to get a good one, but I can come here anytime. So, you know, and if you walk down there all the way to the red roof and back, it's, 10,000 steps. And then there's volleyball, and usually it's really crowded. Not really crowded. Let me repeat that. Let me say that again. It's not really crowded. It's just kind of crowded. Somebody's taking my video right now. I hope they put my name on it. Okay. So that is what we have here in Sarasota, Florida, in Siesta Key. And yeah, I was at this house the other day, and it's like on the bay, no, on the Gulf, okay? Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America. What should we call it? Should we call it Gulf of America? I want to take your vote. Or Gulf of Mexico. I love Trump, so, you know. But people are kind of, split around here. I know my audience, some of y'all may not. So if you don't, tell me what I'm supposed to call it. Anyway, we call it the Gulf, okay? It's just the Gulf. The Gulf of Mexico. Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America. And I sell properties. And so there's properties for sale. Now, this investor friend of mine, okay, he sold all his property in Dallas. He had like 10 million worth. He sold all of his property in Dallas, all his rentals, and moved here. Because he's like, I just want to live my life and have fun. Okay. And so he told me exactly what to do to get, he does Airbnb, to get the best Airbnbs. So I know kind of the formula for Airbnbs, but also I feel, let's see my shoes. I feel like Siesta Key is a little different because people are like, this is like a place where if you know. Like if you can't, you've been coming here for years with your family, or it's kind of like a hidden gem. It's not like, and then it's got the city side, it's got the culture. So it's not like a vacation destination per se, although it is. It also has all the things of a cultural city, like an opera and a museums and a downtown with phenomenal, like whenever I settle all my lawsuits, I'm going to buy a condo on that bay. Yes, but not an expensive one because I'm not going to try to be all that. I'm just going to be enough to enjoy. And then I'd be 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes from Siesta Key. And I could hop in my car and come here. Or I could buy one of those houses. But I like the cultural too. So I'm moving. And when I move, I'm going to be showing you guys more of Sarasota. Now all I could do is come to this beach because it's so phenomenal. And I love it so much. That's all I could do. I can't stop. I just keep coming to the beach. Like, what are you going to do? Go to the beach? Why don't we do this? No, let's go to the beach. Why don't we meet at this speakeasy? No, I want to go to the beach. I want to walk on the beach and collect my thoughts, So that's how you have to do it. You have to do what feels right in your heart. Okay, there's a family. Hello. So yeah, we've done pretty good. So there's no really, it's kind of dark. The clouds are dark, so I don't know if it'll be a good sunset tonight. But it's like whenever it's a good sunset and I forgot to go, I can see it everywhere. And I'm like, dang, I forgot to go. I didn't make time. And then you think, hi. And you think, oh, I can come back. I can come back another day. Well, we don't know how many days we have. So we might as well take advantage. So this one's rented out all the time. All the time rented out. Probably $20,000 a month or whatever. Who knows how much? I don't know. Maybe a week. 20,000 a week. So if you're looking for a vacation rental, I can hook you up and I can lease it for you. And I can connect you with the property manager to maintain it. And then you'll have a place to come when you want to come here and just live your fantasy, live your dream. You know, so many people are stuck in their little box. You know, well, get out of your box. Step out of your comfort zone. That's what I did. And I don't regret it. I mean, not even 1 minute. I wake up in the morning. I think when you're in Florida, they say that quality of life improves. And I would tend to agree because I'm doing this and I don't care what people think. Um, I'm wearing a dress. Okay, I'm wearing a purple dress. I look like a crazy woman. Everybody's in their bikinis. Okay, so quality of life improves because you've got good weather all year. It doesn't dip. You don't freeze. And you can go outside and you don't get seasonal depression. Like I always used to get sad right around, cold time. And all the people are fit. Like everybody is so fit because I guess it's outdoor oriented. Got really good seafood. It's like living on vacation. And that's what I do. I just said, screw it. I'm going to go live on vacation. Life is short. And I want to get fit. And I want to sell some houses that back up to something beautiful or that are close by. So you don't really have to back up to something beautiful here because it's about walking. Like if you can walk to the beach. Now, once you get off the key, you can't get that 12,000 a month. Okay. But you can get 3 to 5 for a $400,000 house. I just sold one to somebody for 425. Normally it would have gone for like 8. I'm not joking. Prices are down here. So they bought it and they're renting it out probably for $3,500 a month or more. Who knows? Until the market gets back. So they've got instant equity. And as soon as the market gets back, they can make a ton of money on their money. And those aren't rich people. Those are just normal people. But you have to trust me. They did trust me. Because I told them, they said, which one would you want to live in? And I picked it out. And they came in with a low offer and they took it. And we were shocked. And we got it done. So all you have to do is say, Jenna, find me a house. Here's what, find me the best house that's available. And don't get run over. You got to watch out right here. Not really. Okay. The other night was awkward. I had my stroller. I couldn't get my. Long story short. So if you just say, Jenna, find me something really good that you think will rent well, and it's a good investment, and I've got cash, and I'll say, okay, let me take care of you, and I'll find you the very best one. 500 under, 800 under. What we're looking for is the best. We're looking for the best ROI. So as a general rule, they say, the numbers, the vacation property rental people, 5% is what you're going to get on the island, okay? But that doesn't take into account the appreciation of the property. So, if you buy in a down market like right now, then the property, you're still going to get it paid. You're still going to get your 5%. You can get more, but don't try to keep it at 5%. It's better than the bond market, okay? 5%, and then you got that appreciation. right? So here's another home for sale that's like a historic home. And I'm walking back to my bungalow that I have to move out of because it's going up to $12,000 a month. But really, that's okay because I need more space and I want newer things. So at the end of the day, I'm okay. You know, God puts us where we're supposed to be. But I'm not going to be, I can't walk to the beach, but I'll be able to walk to Sarasota Bay, which is equestrian extraordinaire, where they have dolphins and manatee. So this one is a beautiful, it's like a historic property. Historic, you know. So you guys need to call 877 Jenna Ryan and say, Jenna, what should I buy? This house at night, the lights, it's got all these amazing lights. It's just a dream. It's just a dream come true. Now this house here rents out for $18,000 a month right now. If you looked it up on the internet, it says 18,000. And I think she wants I think she would sell it for like 4 million. And then this one just got built. Look at that. They just put that on a couple days ago. And that's the builder. So this is Paradise where I am selling. I'm selling in Paradise. The market got bad. What did I do? I moved to Paradise. Because if you're going to sell in a bad market, you might as well sell in Paradise, honey. Because I'm smart. What can I say? And where you want to be. I'm like, what the hell? If I'm going to be having to sell, I'm going to sell where I want to be. Because in the Dallas area, you know, shoot, put one house up for 5 minutes, multiple offers gone. You know, 5 days gone. And but here, it's a buyer's market. But it won't be forever. And I'll be here and I'll be ready for you. So that's probably in a trust. So they haven't fixed it up. But anyway, I'm back at my bungalow. Soon to be 12,000 a month. So I'm moving because that's for the rich people from up north. Y'all have a good day. Bye.